Shalom. There was a video relating to news I seen earlier on Twitter. There was a Chinese man beating two Africans, or they could be Israelites as well, but two individuals. One was kicking. He used his foot to almost kick him in the head when he's on the ground, man. You know what I mean? And I was on the Twitter videos. He's using the whip, beating the two African, or they could be Israelites, because you got Israelites scattered among them. But they are two Jakes. They were two people of color, and it was a Chinese guy. He's using the whip, actually whipping them on the head, and he used his foot to almost kick one of them in the head. I was on the Twitter. I can't show it on YouTube because they will remove the video because of the violent content of it. What else on the Twitter? You know what I mean? So, and sometimes those Africans, they seem too passive, man. You know what I mean? And it was a video relating to, on a redirect video, I believe. Redirect. He's saying Europe is dying. We need to recolonize Africa, man. So that lets you know the agenda they want, man. You know what I mean? They want to recolonize, and pretty much recolonize, put you back in slavery so they can take your resources, man. You know what I mean? And it pissed me off looking at that video, man, because so the Africans, or people who are in that region, you got puppeteer leaders that keep them docile, boule leaders that keep the people, that they work for they're gatekeepers for the people in the position of power. So they keep the people dumbed down in line, in a matter of respect. Just like the boule tries to control the lower class of the blacks. You know what I mean? The elites work with the black boules to keep the lesser of the so-called blacks in check, man. But it kind of pisses you off, because how can them African nations just go in there and let them do certain things like that? You know what I mean? But we know from a scriptural aspect, that's part of the curses that they would, man. You know what I mean? But sometimes they seem too passive, man. That's all I'm saying on that. But scripture talks about Ezekiel 30:5, talking about because they want to take those resources, man. They want to take those resources from them. You know what I mean? How they do that is subjecting them and subjugating them, man. Scriptures talk about they would do certain things, man. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee into blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith thou hast not hated blood, even until... let me read on up. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, a continuing hatred. That's the ones in the position of power. Psalms 83 is the ones who are Confederate, man. And some of them was these other nations, such as the ones that was in that video, man, that have a perpetual hatred for a certain people. And the ones who were on the ground, that's who he had that perpetual hatred for, man. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and in the time that their iniquity had, and therefore I, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee into blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith thou, and hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Those who put into captivity shall be put into captivity. Those who kill with the sword shall be killed with the sword, man. The faith in the saints of the prophets. So there will be a recompense for all these things, but a collective people have to suffer until then. The scripture talks about waiting until I take deed to the prey, man. Zephaniah. You know what I mean? But it still vexes you watching these videos, man. Seeing that stuff still goes on, man. That being said, I hope this helps. You know what I mean? I'm going to give all praise, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shem, Kakada, Zaya, Go.